All right, welcome to the podcast. We've been talking about this for a long time. I'm here with Xavier Beauchamp. If you don't know him, Beacho2700, but now known as Beacho.
Now back to Beacho2700.
Now back to Beacho2700. Give us a rundown. Who are you? What are we doing here?
My name is Beacho2700. Narendra's second rapper, local rapper. Mainly Indigenous local rapper.
Yeah. So, we're just going to jump straight in. How did you get into the music scene?
Right. This is a long process. So I started back in 2019.
2019.
When I was at Takindi. I started learning to play, that's when I was playing guitar.
Yeah.
I started learning how to play. And then fast forward to 2021. 2020 actually.
2020.
I had to start rapping. I wasn't real good at it. And then took a break from it for a while. And then fast forward to 2021. I had a couple of small sessions when I was back at the Candy. And then where does it go from there? It goes, and then I was doing freestyles at school.
You're doing freestyles at school?
You might remember a few of them. And then there was this one night came, and me, Kobe, Whiteman and Braden Stewart were talking in the group chat. And them boys linked me up with Jackie Surge.
Jackie Surge, yeah.
And then, then Jack set me up with Spotify and that. And then was managing that for a while and then...
Just gone from there.
Yeah, just gone from there.
It's gone from there. No, it's heaps good. 2019, 2020, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was 6 years back.
Who gave you the idea to get into the studio?
That was my own idea.
That was your idea?
Yeah. It's been my idea for a while.
Yeah. Who's been around since the start? You've had Braden and Kobe, like you just said.
Braden,
Kobe,
Jackie Surge,
Rutho,
my family
all in from the start, plus the Quantart boys at school, down at the high school, doing freestyles for them, lunch and recess.
Yeah, that's about it.
And used to play the guitar too, used to play that a bit.
Yeah.
Down at the Quantart. Yeah, what's it been like with them by your side, supporting you through the whole process?
They've supported me on a lot of my songs. I remember when...
Even before you hit up the studio, they were supporting you?
Before I hit up the studio, it was just small things. Alright. And then I released Cultural Proud.
Cultural Proud,
and that's when the support came.
That's when they all come in.
Boys,
through the Aboriginal background, and you've done a lot of performances as well.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of performances over the last year.
Over the last year, you've done a fair few. Yeah. When did you say your next one was? November. It's up in Parramatta. You said, yeah. No, that'll be good. Travel up there. Now, Elijah. Who's Elijah to you?
Elijah is Elijah Ingram.
Elijah Ingram.
He's a creative officer at Western Riverina Arts.
Western Riverina Arts. He's from Leighton, the town next door to us.
Yeah. Shout out Elijah.
Shout out to Elijah. How has Western Riverina Arts helped you out through the whole process?
So originally I wanted a photo shoot done one time. Just like starting one, and Western Riverina Arts actually reached out to me. Reached out to you, and that's how you met Elijah. Yeah. And then fast forward to October last year, when Beacho2700 officially became a thing. Yeah. They supported me to head up to Sydney, record with Heaps Decent. Yeah. And then they supported from the ground up studio sessions and the tour. Yeah. That was around the time you went on the tour with Jack Surgeon. How did that go down? We went pretty good. I reckon the Ranger show went pretty well. Yeah. And then me, Rutho and Jack done pretty well in Sydney. It didn't end out how we wanted it to. We've only two of us back up in Coffs Harbour, me and Charlie, but it's pretty good. No, that's good. Yeah, how did the studio sessions go with Heaps Decent? Who is Heaps Decent for a start? So when I was at the Candy, I started off with Heaps Decent. Shout out Adam Bizzetto. He does like a lot of the music side of things. Yeah, so like a lot of the producer side, like a filming side, and the music side. Yeah. And Yeah, and I hit him up back in just before October. I asked him, is it alright if I come up to Sydney and do a studio session? He said, yeah.
That was your first ever studio session. How did that go? First ever big trip to Sydney. With Western Riverina Arts behind your back.
I was nervous going up as an artist, like as a small time artist, but it was pretty good. That's when I first recorded Cultural Proud.
That was Cultural Proud.
Different Day, Same Grind.
Yeah.
My first 2 tracks.
Was that the same time that you recorded the album, wasn't it? From the ground up?
2 months later.
2 months later, you recorded From the Ground Up.
Yeah.
First studio album.
Oh, that was nerve-wracking.
Yeah. No, it was heaps good. You banged out about 9 or 10 songs in like 3 days.
Oh.
You just went nuts in the studio.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nuts, but no, we just worked our hardest.
Just worked your hardest, made the most of the studio time.
Yeah, me and Rutho, we'd make us so we start recording a song, and then while the producer's mixing it, we're writing the next one.
Writing the next one, yeah.
I think we only stopped for probably 2 breaks.
Yeah.
We had 10-hour sessions in both days.
Yeah. And you had Rutho on the album. Who is Rutho? And how did you meet him?
Shout out my boy, Charlie Rutherford. So I met him back in 2017 in Sydney, so I've known him for a while. And then we didn't talk for a while. And then just before I went back to Sydney, I was talking to him. Started talking to him again, and I was telling him about I'm a rapper now. I've been making music and that. And yeah, he started showing probably most support to all my stuff.
Yeah. Just one of the day one supporters.
I've been mates with him that long. And then it was like, hey, you should let me come to Sydney with you one time. And that's how it all started.
That's how it all started, and he jumped on the album. How did he get into the music?
So I was the one who influenced him.
You influenced him a lot. So yeah.
I was a big influence when he started. Because I don't think he really wanted to do it. Or I don't reckon.
I wasn't too interested in it.
No, it wasn't his thing at the time. Yeah. But it's a thing me and him we've done in the past.
You've done it in the past.
We wrote our first song back in 2017, but it wasn't real good. Probably it's just when you look at it back at it now, it's cringe to what we made now.
Yeah. Compared to the stuff you've done now.
Yeah.
When did the idea come in to make the full album as compared to just singles or dropping a song here and there? You just went all in, made your first album straight from the start.
Yeah, so this is hard. I don't even remember how I came up with this idea. So
it just sort of happened.
So yeah, Cultural Proud was getting numbers on the SoundCloud, and everyone was showing love the other songs that were on there, the old drill tracks and that I had on there.
Yeah.
And then someone was telling, I think it might have been talking to Mum. She said I was told that I had the idea of making an album, and I was watching. What was I watching? I was watching a podcast of Frenny Loco. He used to be a gang member in Sydney, and he's got a podcast called From the Ground Up.
Oh yeah, that's where the idea come from.
Yeah, and from my past experiences, and that hasn't been the real best lately.
And you've sort of taken a turn just like him.
Yeah.
From the ground up. What was it like your first time in the studio? How did that go down?
First time?
That was back 2019, did you say?
Yeah, so it was only a small studio, so you had the producer and that on the outside, and it was either glass and a door and it separates you from the finger. It was actually, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to these bigger ones, I just started enjoying it more.
Yeah, you said 2 months later you've gone to Kiln Studios.
Yeah.
That would have been heaps good, yeah.
And they record the bigger artists in Sydney, so we're talking bigger rap artists, so we're talking Cahooks, Dibs, VTA, 046.
Yeah.
Kid Leroy actually.
Kid Leroy, yeah.
1-4.
How's Heaps Decent influenced the album? Has he supported you a lot? Has he done some things in the background we may not know about?
So with Heaps Decent, Adam only produced 2 of my songs.
He only produced 2.
So that was Different Day, Same Grind and Cultural Proud.
Yeah.
But I like working with him. The way we made Cultural Proud together, make it work together, it just sounded good.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably one of the best beats producers I've worked with.
Yeah, yeah. Have you worked with anyone else?
We worked with Ben Britton from Kiln Studios.
Yeah.
He produced from the ground up. And then who else? I've worked with Jackie Surge on features.
Jackie Surge, he done a lot of mixing and like the producer side of things back in the early days.
Yeah, so
before the tour as well.
Yeah, so what was it? Make It Out, Kicking Back an NDA Freestyle, and I think that's about it. He done all the mixing on.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Dodds from West Wyalong, he was a participant at it to Candy, started the year, and I was doing peer support out there.
Yeah,
I asked him to jump on a track with me.
Yeah.
He jumped on, and that's how the Candy Session album came up.
Yeah, you've worked with Jackie Surge a fair bit as well. What songs he's featured on?
Kicking Back an NDA, Make It Out.
Yeah.
And then we got a remix, I'm pretty sure, on SoundCloud.
Yeah, they got some pretty good numbers up on SoundCloud too. Yeah. So what's the support been like on the album with the Quantaf boys when you dropped that?
When I dropped it, the boys just wanted to keep on hearing the songs.
Yeah.
I figured that a lot of people did too, because that it represents struggle, like the struggle from this area, like not just this area, but like other areas in general.
Yeah.
Just growing up here and representing home.
Anyone can sort of relate to it, not just people from where we're from. Yeah. Who else has been the biggest supporters of that? Not just the Quantaf boys. We've had a fair few numbers on there. You've had it on Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Getting it out to the platforms.
We've had a lot of supporters, really. We've had Burundi Theatre. They're a dance company in Sydney. Get touching with me for a few bigger shows.
Yeah.
My last few performances.
What other shows have you done?
I've done, so my first set of shows were, I was doing a couple of workshops with Burundi and I was performing. What else we had? We had from the tour. Yeah. I've had a few smaller performances going towards the end of 2022. And then we had the tour this year, Yarra Walla in Griffith, Warren Gesda in Darlington Point, and then Shields of Emotions in Auburn, and then Para coming up.
Yeah, that was in Wangaratta, was it?
Yeah.
You've had a fair few back to back around that time. Yeah, that would have been real good.
Yeah. Tiring though.
Tiring, yeah. And they've sort of been Indigenous events as well, so you would have had a lot of support.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of support from big artists. Philly is a Wemba man from Mildura. Dizzy Doolin. Birds, and then then I'm performing with some bigger names up in Sydney, Nookie, Kobe D.
Yeah, you done a bit of performing with Dizzy Doolin as well. Was that in Wangaratta?
Yeah. But sadly, she didn't get to see my performance. I showed her a music video. She showing love to that, and then she's showing a lot of love to music.
Yeah, we've worked together. We've done a music video that's been heaps good working together. We've got some numbers up on that as well, up on the YouTube, trying to get it out a bit. Keen to do another one soon, I reckon. Yeah. And Dinner One's connection as well at the performances. How have they supported you and who are they?
So Dinner One's connection is a Aboriginal dance group from Wodonga and Kiara. So I first met Uncle Steve Taylor from Kiara back in last year. We danced at an event at the down in the fisheries. It was a NAIDOC Cultural Fest. Because we danced with Nev Bambler and a couple of other dancers. And then I went out to Condo Corroboree, and then fast forward came Cultural Proud, and that's where I got the idea from Cultural Proud from. I was sitting in the studio and I was just looking on Facebook, coming up for ideas, and I saw one of the dances we done back in Condo. And then I kind of mentioned the new album too on the way, so I was like, if from the ground up, cause it's worth the mention. Shout out to my lads, Dinner Wine Connections.
Yeah,
they showed mad love when that first came out.
They showed mad love at the performances too, because they normally do like the opening sort of things.
So normally when I do shows, like I think it's good to, like, since I'm like half Aboriginal, basically full Aboriginal, it's good to have like that heritage, like share culture at our shows. I also
show the support.
Yeah, I also done it up in Sydney in Coffs Harbour, but I didn't have dinner once.
Yeah.
But I still had dances and that stuff.
Yeah. So talking about the mental health side of things, how has the music helped you and your mental health, and being in the studio, getting that message out to young people like us?
You know, it's basically changed my life, really.
Yeah.
Like if you just knew me back in like probably early 2022, late 2021, I probably wouldn't talk to you.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like,
you're like a different kid.
Like full do ya?
Yeah.
Sorry for my language. No, probably like full. I was getting like in trouble, and with like police and that.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to now, it's better. Cause like
a lot better, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have to like be that way to do something I love. Like.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to get tied in with the wrong people and that. So going back to our music video shoot together, how was being in your first proper like production music video down on Curry's Beach?
You know, I didn't even think that shit was gonna go ahead from all the rain we had. But
we had rain and there was a bit of a day and
a few days and that. But nah, shout out.
We made it happen.
Yeah, shout out. Shout out Oz first.
Shout out Oz from Thickery Films.
Yeah, for coming to film, and then shout out Neville for bringing all the boys out.
Bringing the boys down. We had a couple of Quantaf boys there.
Yeah, so we
made it happen. Lit a fire.
Yeah, so we had Ollie, Oliver Moore, Isaac Robinson, Cameron Hallowell, Blake Quince, Ruben Bamblett. I don't even remember who was in there.
And Nev.
Nev, and then Lil Quinnan.
Yeah, no, that come out real good. I'm surprised how good that come out.
Yeah. No,
for a pretty run and gun shoot, we didn't...
Yeah, we were probably only down there for like half an hour.
Yeah, we were only there for like half an hour, lit a fire, and we just made it happen.
Yeah.
Just showed up, and that's what happened. And now going back to Rutho, what are your next plans with him?
No, I don't know. We probably won't have anything out for a while.
Not for a while. He's up in Coffs. You'd have to get together in Sydney.
He's been up in Coffs working on his own thing with Tori Passy, known as Bruce Brazen. Like it's like a movement, hip hop movement, like rap movement called Hustle Mob Movement.
Yeah.
They supported us up in Coffs Harbour. Shout out them lads. And sister girls.
Shout out Charlie Rutho.
Yeah, shout out Charlie.
He's got a new album coming out soon, Dreams Come True.
Yeah, Dreams Come True.
All the links to Charlie's Instagram and social medias, as well as Beacho's, will be down in the description and the show notes. If you want to check them out, support them, jump on the YouTube, jump on the SoundClouds. New album coming soon with both of those artists.
Yeah.
You're working on a new album at the moment.
Yeah, I've got a few things coming back.
Got a few things coming.
I've got From the Ground Up re-releasing again.
It's re-releasing.
And then I've had I've got another album. I don't really want to spoil it.
You don't want to spoil it. We don't have to say too much, but we've got some things going on behind the scenes.
I'll give you a theme. The next album's based off. It's based off just like all my Aboriginal cultural songs.
All the cultural,
a few new ones to come.
And talking about your next album, you've just got back from a recent Sydney trip up to, was it Kiln Studios?
No, that was with Charlie. Back with Heaps Decent.
Charlie and Heaps Decent, yeah. How did that go down?
Oh, that was pretty good. We were up there for quite a while.
Yeah.
You know, we got up there on a Sunday night, and then we had studio in the morning, studio at night time. And then we actually got how many tracks we got? We got 5 tracks. We got 4 new ones and old one I had to finish up.
An old one you finished up, yeah. They'll all be on the new album.
Yeah.
Are there any dates you can give us? Or we're still working on things?
We're still working on things. Yeah.
Well, make sure to give Beacho a follow down on the socials down below to keep updated. For those who don't follow you on Instagram, run us through meeting Young and Lips at the Sydney airport.
Oh, so no, I was just standing there. I was on my way home. Like
that was on your way home.
That was my home back from the
waiting for the flight back to here from Sydney.
Yeah, so like I got to the airport, went for security and that, and I was down at Macca's just before I went to the gate. I was that hungry, because it takes forever to get in from the city, way in from the city on the train. So and then I turned around and I saw this guy walking and it looked like Young and Lips. I was like, "Oi, is that Young and Lips?" And he's turned around and said, "Dawn," and we were just talking for a while.
How did that go down?
No, it went pretty good.
That would have been heaps good. You put a photo up on your Instagram.
Yeah. And then what's it called? I actually ended up walking past Spanian too.
So, yeah.
In Sydney.
Another Sydney artist.
Yeah, that was back in I wouldn't really call him an artist now. He's more like a content creator. I'm pretty sure he got a new episode thing out called like The Hoods. Like he goes around the world.
Oh yeah,
He goes through like each hood place of struggle across the world in Sydney. He does a lot of podcasts too.
So run us through the idea on the change of the artist name. You went from Beacho2700 to Beacho a little while ago. Yeah,
I was having a couple of backlash with having that in my name.
The 2700 in the name.
Things happen in Sydney at the moment.
Yeah.
They reckon, they just think I'm under, even though I live all the way out here. But no, it's just the way I rep home.
Yeah. 2700. Yeah. It's not just here, it's the whole area really. Yeah. All right, last but not least, are there any dates you can give us for a new album or any singles that are coming soon?
That's going to be hard. Well,
you've got From the Ground Up re-releasing soon. Do we know what date that is?
I was meant to re-release the other day, but I had a few issues. Probably looking up to somewhere to a month now with that.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be sometime in October, early October, late September. November I'll have the next album out, and then I'll have a single out probably end of the year.
Yeah. We're working on some things behind the scenes for those as well, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, I think that's just about it.
Yeah.
Here with Beacho2700, if you want to support him, support Charlie Rutho. All the links will be down in the description below. Follow them on the socials and on the SoundCloud. Run up their music, give it a listen.
Oh, thanks for having us.
And thanks for coming on. It's been real good.
Yeah.
We've got some stuff coming soon, so stay tuned. Other than that, thanks for listening.
Later.